It stood absolutely silent, just watching us, watching it.
It's the 22nd of July. I've come into Danes Dyke to meet two witnesses who saw the cat a few weeks ago. I can't meet up with them while 9 o'clock, so I've parked up and I'm having a little walk around. It's very quiet, and I would think that this animal, which I am absolutely certain is here, will be aware of me long before I arrive. So I'm just going to head up here and see what we can find. This terrain that's going to lead out onto the golf course. There we go. You can see a deer track here where they've ran, but wouldn't it be brilliant to see this animal, give you guys a bit of proof of what I'm talking about? See no reason why not. And I'm just going to walk along the edge of the golf course, careful not to bother anybody. But this is the wood line, but it's fascinating, isn't it, that it's the same wood line where the strange noises have been heard over the years, where people come out with stories of seeing these crazy animals that I've said, in all honesty, cannot possibly exist. Not in the reality that we know and understand, but do they exist in some other sphere of existence, some other reality? I think that's possible. And if you don't believe that, and you believe in God, for instance, you're actually placing your faith in a supernatural being. Look at the things that are in the Bible that are said to have happened, and you believe that book. And I'm not discrediting it. It could be true. But are we dealing with anything within the scriptures that are no more fantastical than what I'm suggesting people are seeing and experiencing now? So I'm going to just hang about around here until I get to meet up with these witnesses. Okay, thank you. So here we are on the perimeter of the golf course. And what you're looking at here, thick blackberries that run a considerable distance. The same at the other side as well. It's very hard to get through. So if you were an animal wanting to avoid detection, to be in that little bit of woodland would be the ideal place, I think. We'll move along a little bit further and see what we can find. Okay. And obviously the people who need to know are aware that I'm here. I don't think I'm going to get to film the witnesses, but I'm happy just to speak to them. I'm looking for this pond which is here. And bulrushes all around it. Do you know, it's ideal habitat, because apart from men and women playing golf, it's very private, and it's absolutely teeming with rabbit, pheasant and deer. What more could you want? And this is a big pond. Let's have a look. I'm going to hang about round here. Look at that. Fabulous. I'm going to just have a wander. Probably can't, because I have a feeling this stream will run off through this. Yeah, it's quite deep, look. I don't fancy getting wet through. Although, could I do that? Probably not. 21, not 61. Know your limits. Okay, we shall see where this leads to shortly. Beautiful round here. I think we've just disturbed a water hen. So Truth Proof usually talks about things of a paranormal nature, but I also love researching and talking about things that really don't fit in with the wildlife that's in the United Kingdom. And I suppose top of the list would be the big cats. And there's one here for sure. So I'm just waiting to speak to these witnesses now. I shall give an update when I leave the golf course what they've seen, because I'm not going to hang around once I've spoken to them. I don't want to be disturbing anybody. So let's just pick this up in a short time. But this is ideal habitat. It's dense. It's absolutely thick, lush habitat. If this animal's resting up anywhere, it's here. The potential for this cat to be hiding, or it probably doesn't necessarily know it's hiding, but just frequenting this area, it's here. Okay, thank you. I've literally stepped off this golf course and I'm into dense vegetation and some fairly big trees. And we'd probably need to be looking up there. If this animal was going to be anywhere, it would be in a tree, I would think. But look at this, it's just dense. Keep doing these short updates as I'm waiting for these people.
You can see the red marker in the background of the grass.
Yeah, I see that there. Yeah.
So if you were to come directly forward from that, it was in that central sort of area.
It was left of the red marker.
But you know, well,
and did it move along the edge of the golf course then?
No, it stood absolutely silent, just watching us, watching it.
Yeah.
For, as I say, 40-45 seconds. No more. It wasn't like, you know. And then it moved off. It just turned and moved, and it was, as I say, as far as I was concerned, it did not walk. It didn't have a canine walk.
So,
feline.
So, David, for the naysayers, if you were to give an estimation of its size, what would you say?
Well, you can see the height of the grass.
Yeah.
And I mean, you need to be very careful here not to get carried away. However,
Yeah. Just be as honest.
Definitely more than 2 feet.
Yeah.
3 feet's high, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So
I think people overestimate these things, don't they?
2.5 feet high.
Really?
It was a big critter.
You could see its head over the grass.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Did it unnerve you a little bit then?
Yes.
Only from the point of view that I did think, if that came in my direction, we're in, you know, if it was a big enough thing to think, if that, whatever it was, attacked me, it could be in trouble here.
Yeah. Well, I would think, obviously it wants to keep away from humans, doesn't it?
I think so.
And there's plenty of, as you're wandering around here, there's rabbits everywhere, isn't there? There's deer, there's plenty of food, so I think it's probably best left to its own devices.
I mean, the only thing that I sometimes have thought about since we saw it, and this doesn't detract from the fact that I believe what we saw, but there are still deer on the course, and I would have thought if there was a creature like that, they would have run away somewhere else, but maybe not.
I don't think they would, to be honest with you, because I've been finding them. I've found quite a few in the dike. There was one on the beach the other week. A guy sent me some pictures of it, and I came, and it was just over the headland, and without sounding macabre, it had not fell over cliffs. It were in tip-top condition, apart from something had decided it wanted it for a meal.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, you know, around here there's wildfowl, because there's a lake just a bit further along.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big pond, and so on and so on. But that honestly, that's as much as we can honestly tell you.
I think that's all you need to do. I really appreciate you doing that for me. Thank you. And you don't mind me recording you doing that?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely fine.
Well, that was very good of the witnesses to allow me to record them, giving me a description of what they saw. This is the red post. I'm stood in this grass now, and he thinks it was 2.5 foot tall. So That is absolutely an awesome sighting, and its head was above this grass. So let's just get that in perspective. I wish I'd have brought a tape measure, because this grass is actually at least 2 foot tall, and I have got a good eye for measuring things, seeing as my former job was as a joiner. So great sighting. Lovely when a witness will actually share a little bit and you're not just talking to them on phone. So I do thank David and his golfing partner for doing that. And we've got these little water ends here. There's a coot there and another water end, and look at these babies. How good is that? They're running. An abundance of food, and no doubt I may end up updating people on this cat in due course. So I'm going to make my way back now, maybe have 5 minutes just to reflect, but it's here, make no doubt about it. This animal, when people say are big cats at large in the UK, you bet your life they are. And this is a prime example. And this one's been reported for years. I have set 2 trail cams up, obviously not going to say where, and we'll see whether we get any results with them. And I'm just wandering off now in that direction. The range that this animal must have be quite extensive, because people have reported seeing a black cat at Speeton, and everything's here for it. Move silently along the cliffs, no heavy footfall in the night, go through these trees which are very inaccessible, and remain aloof, remain hidden. So whether I get any proof of this cat that I can show you in the form of pictures is another thing, but you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to try. So I've just found one of Peter's old chairs, and I'm having a minute just to kind of sum up what I've just heard and where I am. And you know, I don't think we should be in any doubt that these cats, or this cat, is here. There's possibly more than one, and it's managed to remain elusive all this time. You've just heard David's description of how this thing, well, looking at them above the grass for about 45 seconds. He also said that it unnerved him so much that he got his golf club out. It didn't do anything aggressive. I think it was sort of observing him while they observed it. But it's fascinating nonetheless, isn't it? To know that in the British countryside, not far from suburbia, that big cats are managing to exist alongside us, practically undetected. I mean, look at this. Look at all this bramble. There's absolutely no wonder that no one bothers to come around looking in these locations, because you just wouldn't. You know, we'll just look down here before we go and just see what there is. Let's just hold that down there. It's fabulous, isn't it? And these big trees. You know, I mean, I think there's more potential for this animal to be resting up in a tree than actually in some kind of den. Although I know, and I'm not going to say where, there is a big badger set, and I would have thought it might be an ideal place to rest up. We know a badger is quite a formidable opponent, but I don't think it'll be a match for a big cat. So if it wanted to take over the badger's home, and the badger's excavated it for it already, maybe there's an option. As I say, I've set 2 trail cams up, and we shall see what results we get. I'll leave them for a while. because where I've put them, there's nobody been walking or in that area for a long time. I just can't see any evidence of it. I think I'm going to close this down now, but as always, for truth proof, please press the like and subscribe button if you are enjoying what we do. Totally free, and just helps us find a little bit more incentive to come out and do these short accounts. And although strictly speaking a big cat account is not paranormal, at least I don't think it is, even if it's residing in an area where strange things happen, I think it fits in with the narrative and what we put out there for the YouTube channel and what I write about in the Truth Proof books. All the books are available on Amazon via Kindle download. Go to the website truthproof.uk if you want to obtain paperback copies of the books, or the DVD that myself and Les made called Wolflands, and that is also available on Amazon Prime. So I think I'm going to wrap this up now, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much. Bye bye.